welcome back to the Nerd Den here once again, and in today's video I am going to be having a little rant slash discussion with you all today about the overuse of the 10th Doctor in Doctor Who's expanded media. And oh boy, it's a very controversial video to be making, honestly. I'm a huge fan of that era of the show. Whilst David Tennant wasn't my first Doctor, the first Doctor I ever watched was Christopher Eccleston, and that was what made me love the show. And David Tennant's era made me want to actually be the Doctor. You know, it really motivated me, and he is my all-time favourite Doctor. But then you might be confused, wait, Nerden, why are you making this video if that's the case? Because I do feel like over the past year, there has definitely been an overuse of his character in the expanded media. And that is with the comics, books, this Time Lord Victorious event that covers a lot of different mediums, that has the 10th Doctor as the primary protagonist and also as the villain at the moment, that I'll be doing a separate video on. But anyway, yeah. And now, will be yesterday at the time of this video going live, there were 2 video games announced. That one has David Tennant actually come back as the Doctor to voice him, and secondly, the second game has a lot of ties, and it's a sequel to the 10th Doctor episode Blink that introduced the Weeping Angels. Okay, I mean the games look pretty cool. I'll probably do separate videos on them because they come out next year, so yeah, pretty excited, but it's just wherever there's an announcement for Doctor Who, whether it be in audio, it seems to be 10th Doctor related. We've had the Out of Time audio series start, so the first one he met the 4th Doctor, and then he's meeting the 5th and 6th Doctors, and it's just like, okay, interesting, you know, some interesting interactions. But then when you go to the comics, that I've got one example here, in this comic issue series, whatever, he ended up meeting the 13th Doctor, and he is going to be doing it in another series of comics that follows on directly from this, and it also involves Rose Tyler and the Sea Devils and the Scorpion creatures from Series 12, and I'm just like, honestly, why the overuse of the 10th Doctor? And I can answer that straight away. It's because, to a lot of us, and obviously to the BBC, that was the golden era of the show. Let's be honest. That was when the show was at its prime. Now, I'm not going to be saying, oh, the show's bad now, whatever, because, yeah, there are some criticisms for the current era and the Moffat era as well, but the 10th Doctor's era is probably what mainstream media, probably the mainstream audience see Doctor Who as for many. And I'm not going to lie, the 10th Doctor era was very successful. Very, very successful, and that's what got me really invested in the show. There's a lot of happy memories I have from watching that show every Saturday night without fail. And yeah, it was the high time of my life. And then obviously David Tennant left, and then you didn't really see anything from his incarnation until he came back from the 50th anniversary. That was a treat. That was an amazing treat to see him play alongside John Hurt and Matt Smith. That was such an amazing moment to see him come back. And then over the past couple of years, we've had Big Finish audios that was to be expected, you know, something to give us a little bit of a continuation from the Russell T Davies and David Tennant era. And now, as I was saying earlier, over the past year, it just seems that we've been getting tons of, I'd say, unnecessary in certain parts for the 10th Doctor. And the fact that the 13th Doctor in her comic series, that she is now being put with the 10th Doctor continuously, that she's only had one solo comic series, I believe, it's kind of a bit disappointing, because at the end of the day, there's only so many times that you can be doing this sort of thing, and now the 13th Doctor is going to be meeting the 10th Doctor in this game as well. It's kind of just like, okay, we've already had this happen before, and I feel like, say if Jodie is the Doctor for the 60th anniversary, or she could, you know, come back for the 60th anniversary if she's left the role by then, and you know, you get that interaction, and it's not going to feel as special anymore, because we've seen it in comics, and we're going to be seeing it in a video game as well, and it just, I don't know, for me, it kind of ruins the magic. And overall ruins the magic of multi-Doctor specials altogether, because Big Finish have been doing it a lot as well, especially with the 10th Doctor, with the Out of Time series, and then obviously the comics and everything like that, and the Time Lord Victorious. It just feels a bit of a letdown, to be honest, as the current era. Okay, yeah, it doesn't have its fans. It has plenty of fans, but at the same time, it's not getting its chance to shine. That I feel like it's not doing any favors for the criticisms of the current era, and I just wish things would be a little bit more different. We'd have a solo run for the 13th Doctor, but fair enough, you could do other runs like for the other Doctors. For Big Finish, you could even have Matt Smith come back or something. And yeah, I get it. 2020, a lot of TV shows haven't been able to go into production, and obviously actors have been out of work, and it has been shown to us or told to us that a lot of the Big Finish audios, for example, have been recorded during lockdown. So, for example, I think the 10th Doctor and River Song series was actually recorded during lockdown. So, it was done from the actors and actresses' home, respectively, and then obviously edited remotely and put together for us. But obviously, that could have been done for any other Doctor Who actor that was looking for work during lockdown, like Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi maybe, or even any of the other classic Doctors that could have been involved with the Time Lord Victorious or something like that, And it just feels like, it's kind of, I wouldn't say ruining the initial magic of the 10th Doctor's era, but it's very obvious that the BBC are milking the 10th Doctor's era because it is pretty popular, and it's kind of a letdown because it's stopping the brand from doing new stuff. Like, I would love to see the 13th and 12th Doctor meet, or we get an audio series with the 12th Doctor perhaps, or something like that. There's a lot of potential that could be done with the show across these different mediums, but instead we are getting a heavy reliance on what was a popular era, and I hope it doesn't retrospectively damage that era, but I just feel like over the past year we've literally been thrown loads of 10th Doctor stuff, and yeah, people have started to notice it now. And again, this is no disrespect to David Tennant or Russell T Davies or the initial era, but I just feel like the BBC need to lean away from constantly putting out 10th Doctor material, because it just kind of makes me question, why aren't they doing it with the current era, or with another Doctor? Why is it? It's kind of a bit of form of disrespect, maybe. I don't know. I could be reading it into it way too deep, but I don't know. It just feels a bit weird, to be honest. And yeah, I just hope that going into the new year, we could see some other audios and different sort of comics that haven't been done before, and that we're not getting the same rehashed meetups and everything. Because at the end of the day, multi-Doctor stories are meant to be, or meant to feel special across any sort of medium. But the fact that they're being done like every other month now, it just makes it feel a bit meh. And I just wish that, it was the way things used to be, where you get like a multi-Doctor story across any medium like every blue moon or something. You wouldn't get it every other month, but now it seems that people are running out of ideas or something. I don't know. But anyway, thank you for tuning into this random little rant, if you have tuned in or stayed throughout it all. But yeah, thank you very much for all the support. And again, I would like to say, just to reiterate, I am a huge fan of the 10th Doctor, but it's just the over-reliance on his era for new material. It's just, come on BBC, you can do better than this. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in today. If you have enjoyed, leave a like, rating, and subscribe for more nerdy content, and I'll see you all on my next video. Goodbye for now.